and Miss Pratima Reddy, such a vibrant lady and such a amazing human being. And ma'am, thank you so much. When we had this small idea 3 years back, of course, we've been doing it for so many years, but when we proposed this to you and you owned up this event and you made this possible today in the city of San Francisco, honoring who is who of the Indian leaders of the women community. Thank you so much. And what an inspiration you are. And what I always, it's amazing is she's so humble, she's so to the ground. I've never seen her speak a word even loudly, but she gets all the work done. So please give a big round of applause for the women who made this NAARI event possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm deeply grateful for the warmth and generosity with which this vibrant community has welcomed me. Thank you so much. I would like to extend a warm welcome and a heartfelt thanks to all the distinguished guests here today. Oops, sorry. I would like to extend a warm welcome and a heartfelt thanks to all our distinguished guests today. Thank you for taking the time to join us and celebrating with us. A heartfelt congratulations to all the remarkable women who will be honored here today for their outstanding achievements and contributions in their respective fields. Before I extend, I would also like to thank my sincere thanks to AIA for their dedication and hard work, which has made events like NAARI possible. Events like this are possible only when the members have the commitment and passion, and because of people working tirelessly behind the scenes. As a spouse of Consulate General of India, I have had the privilege of meeting women across the cultures and professions. Women who lead in visible ways and women whose leadership happens quietly behind the scenes. Women, their stories remind me that the empowerment doesn't always look the same. What they all share is not perfection, but perseverance, the courage to keep going even when the path is not easy. And at its heart, empowerment always begins with confidence, opportunity, and support. It grows when women are encouraged to believe in their own abilities and when communities stand with them, cheering them on. So today, as we celebrate NAARI event, let us continue to encourage and support and uplift one another. Thank you.
May I request Ambassador Eleni and Ms. Shafali, Ms. Neeru Khosla one more time back on stage. Ms. Catherine and Ms. Penny Coulter, may I request you one more time back on stage. We're honoring Ms. Pratima. Thank you so much, Ms. Pratima. I'm deeply honored to welcome Ms. Eleni Konalikas, who is the 50th Lieutenant Governor, California, and the first woman to hold the position, with a career that includes serving as U.S. Ambassador to Hungary and dedicated to preserving the California dream. Her current focus is on environmental protection, expanding affordable higher education, and representing California's economic interests globally. Let's give a warm welcome to Ms. Elena.
No, not at all. It was perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much, and happy International Women's Day, everyone. Mr. Consul General Reddy, Madam Reddy, Ambassador Dougal, Assemblymember Catherine Stephanie, Director of Protocol Penny Coulter, Madam Niru Khosla, Dr. Ramesh Konda, and the leaders of the Association of Indo Americans and friends. It is a great honor to be here with all of you today, and I'd like to start by recognizing that, Mr. Consul General, this is the first time that I've had the pleasure to visit you here in this beautiful new home of India's Consul General in San Francisco. So congratulations on the opening of this incredibly impressive diplomatic outpost. I am certain it will strengthen the ties between India and California and serve this vibrant community for many years to come. And thank you to the Association of Indo Americans. I'm very honored to be recognized here today, and it is humbling because, as we know, none of us achieve anything by ourselves. Every accomplishment in public life rests on mentors, colleagues, communities, and our families who believe in service. So I'd also like to take the opportunity to recognize members of the Indo-American community for the extraordinary contributions you have made to California and to our country, from medicine to technology, education to entrepreneurship, public service to the arts. This community helped shape the innovation, compassion, and global outlook that define California today. And of course, it is especially meaningful to be here on International Women's Day. As I understand it, in Indian culture, the word NAARI represents not only femininity, but strength, dignity, and leadership. It speaks to the many roles women play in society as caregivers, innovators, advocates, and leaders. And it reminds us that gender equality is something we must continue to build every single day. California has been fortunate to see extraordinary leadership from women throughout our history. And today, women make up nearly half of our workforce, and more women than ever are leading businesses, research institutions, and public institutions across our state. But we also know the work is not finished. Expanding opportunity for women remains essential to building a stronger and more inclusive California. And that is why, again, the leadership of Indo-American women is so inspiring. Across California and across the country, Indo-American women are making extraordinary contributions as physicians, engineers, researchers, educators, entrepreneurs, public service, and diplomats. But they are also community leaders who are opening door and uplifting the next generation. So speaking of the next generation, I'd like to recognize the parents and the grandparents who are here today, especially the mothers and grandmothers whose sacrifices make those successes possible. Like many of you, my own family story is shaped by immigration. My father came to the United States as a refugee, a young immigrant with hope and determination. Through hard work, he built a life here in California and made it possible for me and my siblings to pursue our own dreams. Stories like his and so many of yours are the heart of the California story. They remind us that opportunity is not abstract. It is something we work for as families. It's something we sacrifice for and pass along to our children and their children and beyond. So for me, Public service has always been about expanding that opportunity, and in particular for women and girls. It means making sure that no matter where someone starts or what gender they are, they have a fair chance to build a future here in California. It means investing in education, supporting small businesses, protecting our environment, and ensuring that our democracy reflects the voices of all our communities. And it also means strengthening the international connections that make California more innovative, more tolerant, and more prosperous. Before I step down, I would like to remember the certainly historic figure and great leader, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, who once said, "If men hesitate, should not women lead the way?" I believe we see that spirit here today in the strength of this community, in the leadership of the women gathered in this room, and in the example you set for the next generation. Happy International Women's Day, and congratulations to all of today's honorees. Thank you.
And may I request Honorable Consul General Shrikar Reddy ji and Ms. Pratima Reddy ji, please come on stage. Thank you, Ms. Eleni. Thank you. And our next distinguished guest is Ms. Shefali Razdan Dugal, a trailblazing diplomat and former U.S. ambassador to the Netherlands. Shefali Razdan Dugal's journey from an immigrant childhood to a presidential appointee exemplifies the American dream. Her dedication to human rights, women's empowerment, and civic engagement continues to inspire globally. Please welcome Ms. Shefali Razdan Dugal.
No problem. Oh, now I think it's on. Thank you. Consul General, distinguished guests, members of the Association of Indo Americans, friends and fellow trailblazers, good afternoon. I stand before you today as a daughter of India and a representative of the United States. And I carry both with deep gratitude and a profound sense of responsibility. To receive this Trailblazer Award on International Women's Day here at the Consulate General of India is deeply meaningful to me. My story, like so many in this room, began oceans away. As a Kashmiri Pandit who hails from Srinagar, I was born in India and from an early age carried within me a deep belief in education, resilience, discipline, and possibility. Those values shaped how I approached the world and how I imagined, in fact, prayed for my future. When my family arrived to the United States when I was a very young girl, I carried two things with me: my cultural roots and the determination to build a life of purpose. Years later, I experienced one of the most meaningful moments of my life when I raised my right hand and took the oath to serve as the 72nd United States Ambassador to the Kingdom of the Netherlands, sworn in by Vice President of the United States, Kamala Devi Harris, the first Indian American and the first woman to serve in that office. As the first person of color to serve as U.S. Ambassador to the Netherlands, and the first Indian American woman to be sent to Europe in U.S. history as a bilateral, meaning country-to-country ambassador, I dutifully carried the weight of responsibility of my ancestors on my shoulders to make both the United States and make India proud. That moment reflected the extraordinary possibilities that exist in a nation where talent, dedication, and perseverance can carry a young immigrant kid further than she could have ever imagined. The divine plan from God, Lord Ganesha, which a mere human could not even fathom. During my tenure in the Netherlands, I received an honor that will forever hold a special place within my heart. On International Women's Day 2024, the Dutch created and named a new tulip in my honor. A vibrant fuchsia pink bloom. I was deeply touched to learn that it marked the first time an ambassador from any country had been recognized in this way in the Netherlands. The tulip has long symbolized renewal, beauty, and resilience. The United States received that gentle and meaningful recognition as a celebration of the friendship between our nations and of women everywhere who step forward to lead. Growing up across cultures broadens vision and deepens understanding. Perspective becomes a powerful asset, guiding leaders to see possibilities, build bridges, and recognize opportunities that help communities move forward. Today, on International Women's Day, we celebrate the remarkable progress women continue to achieve across the globe. Women are leading governments, shaping global policy, advancing scientific discovery, and building the companies that drive our economy. Through my diplomatic work in Europe and across the Transatlantic Alliance, I witnessed the tremendous strength of women's leadership. When women participate in decision-making, conversations expand. Leaders incorporate strategy, sustainability, community, and long-term stability. Women bring intellectual vigor, empathy, and clarity of purpose to leadership. These qualities strengthen institutions and societies. Many women experience moments where they are the first or the only person with their background or perspective in a room. Those moments carry both responsibility and opportunity. When one woman steps forward, the doorway widens for others. Representation holds powerful strategic importance. When girls see women serving as ambassadors, lieutenant governors, scientists, entrepreneurs, and national leaders, they expand their understanding of what their own futures may hold. Trailblazing opens pathways so that progress becomes broader and more accessible to the next generation. Mentorship guides rising leaders. Sponsorship elevates rising leaders. Leadership that lifts others strengthens communities and institutions alike. The Indian diaspora, particularly here in the Bay Area, represents extraordinary excellence in technology, medicine, entrepreneurship, academia, and public service. As we celebrate these achievements, we also invest in the next generation of girls whose ideas, talent, and determination will shape the future. Gender equality strengthens economies, strengthens security, and strengthens society. When women rise into leadership, innovation accelerates and communities flourish. When I reflect upon my unlikely journey from India to the United States, from student to diplomat, I recognize the power of perseverance, preparation, and belief in one's purpose. These qualities carry women forward across generations. Receiving this Trailblazer Award today represents a moment of gratitude and of renewed commitment to expand opportunity, elevate women into leadership, and encourage young girls everywhere to imagine boldly. When women lead with confidence, intellect, and conviction, societies flourish and the world moves forward. Mahatma Gandhi viewed women as the personification of self-sacrifice, endurance, and moral power, often stating they were superior to men in nonviolent resistance. Gandhiji famously declared, "To call women the weaker sex is libel. It is man's injustice to women," emphasizing their equal, if not often superior, mental capacity and strength. Thank you to the Consulate General of India and the Association of Indo Americans for this honor. Happy International Women's Day. May God continue to bless America, and Jai Hind. Thank you.
Ma'am. That's yours. So far, no one has asked me that question. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. It was such an inspiring speech. Thank you. And our next distinguished guest is Mrs. Neeru Khosla. Neeru Khosla ji, a trailblazer in educational technology and the executive director of the CK-12 Foundation. With the belief that education should be a fundamental human right, she has revolutionized K-12 landscape by providing free, customizable digital resources for millions. Let's give them a warm welcome to Ms. Neeru Khosla. And before that, when we came to this country, like I came 37 years ago, and most of us here have been longer than that, or even new residents, but these two names have been synonymous for the great Indian pride. We really thank you so much, Mr. Vinod Khoslaji, for joining us, and Ms. Neeru Khoslaji, thank you. And we humbly welcome Ms. Neeru Khoslaji to come. And would you prefer this or this?
I have a technical problem because I can't be seen behind that. So I was actually told I was going to get a Lifetime Achievement Award. Yes. And I said, what? Does that mean it's over? Okay, I'm just starting, guys. I didn't even think I'd achieved anything. You know, we talk about women, we talk about mothers, mother-in-laws even, right? And friends. No, it's true, right? When you think about all the women that have encouraged you, I've had 3 men in my life who have been the backbone of my life. My first was my father. He was the first in his whole generation to go to college. And he, because of his hard work, he did an MA. So imagine somebody from Jalandhar getting an MA. He was transferred to the Indian Embassy in London. My life changed. But then, next event was he decided he was going back to India. Again, my life changed from a good education to a bad education. But then, I was very lucky. The second person in my life came along. That was my husband. Now, we've been dating for about 54 years. And it's been a ride. I can't tell you how much I thank him for that. Some simple girl from India rising to this level has been such amazing ride. The third man in my life is my son. 42, I decided everyone was skiing, I was going to ski. I'm skiing down, and imagine 42 years, not an athletic woman, going down this snow thing. I hear this voice from up there in the, "Mom, you're doing great. Keep doing it." And I still hold on to those encouragements. I think women, no doubt, create that environment for everyone. And it's time for us to do the same, rise up. We cannot not rise up. So I'm really thrilled that somebody's noticing that the work we're doing, actually there are other people in my life. It's not just a man, but it's a group of people who have helped me to come here. And I couldn't have done it without my team. And there are, 2 of them are here, my co-founder, and third, who should be a co-founder too. So I'm really happy that I have been so lucky. And I realized that I needed to pass this luck on to all the children. Imagine a child coming up to you and going, "1 pen, please." You can't learn if you don't even have a pen. So I think the society can only move forward if we have a very educated next generation coming up. But it just can't be the kind of education we're giving them right now. It has to be meaningful, something that they can apply. So help me do it to the next stage. Anybody who wants to, please come forward. I appreciate all kind of help. Thank you.
And may I also request Shafali Rasdan and Ms. Catherine Stephanie, Ms. Penny Coulter, Ms. Christine Pelosi to please join in honoring our Lifetime Achievement Awardee, Ms. Neeru Khosla, for her exceptional leadership, relentless dedication, and transformative contributions. And Mr. Vinod Khosla, please join us on stage. Mr. Khosla. This is probably the only podium on the face of the earth where you were not asked to speak. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. And our next special guest is Ms. Catherine Stephanie. It's my pleasure to introduce her, a dedicated public servant representing California's 19th Assembly District, and she's renowned for her leadership in gun violence prevention and unwavering advocacy for victims' rights. Please, let's give a warm welcome to Ms. Catherine Stephanie.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's truly such an honor to be here today. I am so inspired by these incredible women, and what an honor to be included amongst them. I want to thank the Consulate General of India and the Association of Indo Americans for organizing and hosting this beautiful International Women's Day celebration. I'm so grateful for this recognition and truly honored to receive the Trailblazer Women Award today. International Women's Day is an opportunity not only to celebrate the achievements of women, but also to reflect on the work that still lies ahead. We all know that progress does not happen on its own. It happens because brave women step forward, raise their voices, and work tirelessly each day to create more opportunities for those who will be following them. Throughout my time in public service, advancing protections and liberty for women has been central to the work that I do. That means advocating for policies that expand economic opportunity for women, strengthen protections against domestic violence, and ensure that women and families have access to the resources and support they need to thrive in our communities. It also means working to ensure that women are represented in the rooms where decisions are made. When I joined the California State Legislature last year, I was assigned a number at a California Legislative Women's Caucus event, and they said, "Your number is 206. I didn't know what it meant until later in the evening. And then I quickly learned that out of California's 175-year history, over 4,000 men have served in the California State Legislature. And last year, when I got my number 206, I learned that only 206 women have served in the California State Legislature in our 175 years. So I'm number 206, and there's now 207. So we know that there's more work to be done. While I'm proud to say that we are finally approaching parity in the California State Legislature, those numbers make one thing shockingly clear, that representation really does matter. As women in public office, we bring our own perspectives, experiences, and priorities that strengthen our institutions. And I can confidently say they lead to better outcomes for the people we represent. Much of my work has been driven by the stories I hear from women throughout our communities. Working mothers, balancing their careers and family, women entrepreneurs building businesses, survivors seeking justice and safety, and young women who want to see themselves reflected in leadership. Those stories shape the work we do in government. They remind us that policies are not abstract. They affect real people, real families, and real futures. Events like today's are powerful because they highlight the impact of women who are stepping forward to lead in their neighborhoods, in their professions, and in public life. To the young women and girls who have joined us today, I want you to know that your voice matters, your ideas matter, and your leadership matters. We need it now more than ever. And I am confident that the future of our communities will be shaped by the courage and vision that you bring forward. And once again, I want to express how touched and grateful I am to the Consulate General of India and the Association of Indo Americans for this recognition. And I just want to say one other thing. 17 years ago, I met two incredible women, Shefali and Christine. And it was through a women's organization that trained Democratic women to run for office. Shefali and I are merged sisters, and Christine was there promoting her book, Campaign Boot Camp. And the fact that the three of us are here today being honored is just so meaningful. I love those women so much. They have created opportunities for me, and it's incredible to be here with them today. So congratulations to all of today's honorees. I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to stand alongside you. Happy International Women's Day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Stefani, for such amazing address. Thank you. Our next guest is a beautiful human being inside and out. We had the privilege of working with her in the last 2 years, and she's none other than Miss Penny Coulter. And it's my pleasure to introduce her, a civic leader and philanthropist with over 30 years of service in San Francisco's cultural and educational sectors. As Chief of Protocol, she fosters global connections for the city and leads the Coulter's Family Foundation, which supports STEM education, medical research, and the arts, helping to keep San Francisco's vibrant hub of innovation and culture. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Penny Coulter.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It is a true privilege to join you for this celebration of NAARI. And it is an incredible honor to be sharing the stage with so many extraordinary women. Wow. I admire India for many things: its vibrancy, its diversity of cultures, its innovation, its cinema. There's nothing like Bollywood. But I have a particular and personal love for its textiles, not because they are delicate, but because they are strong. The strength of a hand-woven textile comes not from the strength of a single strand. Its strength comes from tension, threads crossing, anchoring, holding one another in place. Remove one, and the whole weakens. Weave them together, and they endure for generations. I am struck by this metaphor as it relates to the NAARI celebration. Women have often been threads that have woven the character of my personal life, my grandmothers, mothers, sisters, daughters, mentors. As I go to work each day at City Hall, I am deeply aware and inspired by the women who have provided the foundational threads of the fabric of our great and beautiful city. Make no mistake, women built and shaped this city. Julia Morgan became the first licensed female architect in California in 1904. She helped rebuild the city after the 1906 quake and became celebrated for commissions from San Simeon Castle to the Chinatown YMCA. And while Joseph Strauss was the chief engineer of the Golden Gate Bridge, it was a woman, Gertrude Morrow, who is credited with the direction of its Art Deco design and its distinctive color. Engineers made the bridge stand, but a woman gave it its beauty and made the world fall in love with it. Women shaped the voice of this city and its arts. From Alma Spreckles, who championed the museums of the city in the 1920s, to Janis Joplin and Grace Slick, who put women's voices at the center of rock and roll in the Summer of Love. And San Francisco women pioneered a new definition of political leadership. A groundbreaking mayor and senator, Dianne Feinstein. The first women speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. And of course, our first female vice president of Indian American descent, Kamala Harris. Today, the work continues here in San Francisco. As we shape the future of our city, we must continue to build, as Julia Morgan and Grace Morrow did, architecting with beauty and without senseless barriers or glass ceilings. We must channel Janice, Grace, and Alma by bridging forth our voices in bold and authentic ways. And honoring Dianne, Nancy, and Kamala, we must keep expounding boundaries. We need to build an era when being a woman leader is recognized as simply a leader. In the spirit of Nari Shakti, we must recognize something we try to live every day in San Francisco. When women are fully woven into the fabric of leadership, diplomacy, and innovation, societies do not fray, they flourish. Consul General, AIA, thank you for this generous recognition. It is an honor I will carry with pride and with the deep appreciation for the remarkable women in this room. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Penny. Thank you so much. And our next trailblazer woman is Christine Pelosi. Hi, Ms. Christine. She's an advocate and strategist recognized for her grassroots organizing and political leadership. As the author of Campaign Bootcamp, she empowers communities and champions civic engagement and social justice initiatives. She has mentored thousands of activists and candidates across 41 states and several foreign countries. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Christine Pelosi. Hoping to see in future the 41 will become 50 one day.
Thank you all, Consul General. To my sister honorees, it is wonderful to be with all of you. And of course, to the Coastlas, thank you. I wanted to start out by wishing everybody a happy International Women's Day and frame my remarks around those words, women. Let's start with women. As my mother would say, as Nancy Pelosi would say, when women succeed, America succeeds, and the world succeeds. We have to invest in our girls and women entrepreneurs as leaders. Every study will tell you that where we have critical mass of women, then we have results. As Catherine has mentioned, Assemblywoman and Professor Stephanie has mentioned, when you're they can give you a number by how many of you have actually served of your kind. As Ambassador said, when you're the only one in the room, then you have to be the only everything. When there's two of you, they pit you against each other. And when there's three or more, you finally have critical mass and you can actually start a robust debate. If you look at the Forbes studies, they talk about boards and commissions and C-suites that have at least 30% women have a better bottom line. So it is not just an aspiration, but a specific fact that where women succeed, others do too. Organizing. Well, that is something that comes right in from our family. Anytime there was a complaint, anytime there was an issue that would come up, our mom would always say, don't agonize, organize. Whatever it is, what is your plan to make something better? What is your plan to organize people? Every one of the accolades that I've received, elected by my peers to run political organizations and to co-found We Said Enough, a women's rights organization, comes really from the strength of the women who were willing to come forward and say that they were a victim of domestic violence, that they were a victim of harassment, and they wanted to be victim no more. They wanted to be a survivor. And with all the unhealed grief we have in this country and around the world, we need more of that organizing around healing and diplomacy and peace if we are to achieve the full success of women and girls, and therefore the full success of all human beings. Women, mom, motherhood. I actually want to tell you a story about my grandmother. My mom's mom, a first-generation Italian in Little Italy, Baltimore, who was married in her early 20s and matriculated into law school at the University of Maryland when a couple of her children were small. And this was before vaccines. One of them, her young sons, died. And she had to come home from going to classes and simply take care of the others. And she did. My grandfather, Thomas D'Alessandro, was a member of Congress from Baltimore, went on to be the mayor from when my mom was in first grade to when she went off to college. And so my grandmother was the first lady of Baltimore. She was a poet, she was an inventor, and she was a doer. When I passed the bar exam, mercifully the first time, and sent my grandmother an invitation to my swearing in as an attorney, she wrote back and said how excited she was for me and how proud she was that I could accomplish what she could not 55 years before. Because in the back of her mind, she was an attorney. And so I would remind all of us, whether you're first or second or third generation, whether you're the first in your family to do something, remember you're carrying your dreams. And you're carrying your grandparents' dreams, and you're carrying your great-grandparents' dreams. My great-grandparents who came over with my grandmother, my dad's father who came at 15 through South America. Think about the legacy you carry. That's the mentoring. It's not just that someone passed a torch to you and you pass it on. It's that you keep your torch lit and you keep lighting it for various people along the way so that we're all moving forward. And remember that everybody else is carrying somebody's dreams too, and those dreams are powerful. Women electing. Well, you knew you wouldn't get a Pelosi without an election. We have to make sure that we are electing people to have full representational democracy. And that not only means to public office, but it also means to the heads of boards and organizations. I was so pleased, Consul General, to see that the government of India was putting out on its social the work that's being done by women in the trades and women in science and women in aviation and women in the military. And when we had Women in Construction Week this week in California, I was saying to the union heads, I expect to see more women when we're back here next year as heads of these organizations. So it's not just about including women, it's about uplifting us and electing us. And finally, networking. Thank you so much for this award and for this network, because that's what it takes. As Catherine mentioned, we met when we were all at an Emerge function. Catherine and I were both pregnant. They had me signing my books in the kitchen. They said, don't worry, we put the food away. I said, why would you put the food away? I'm 7 months pregnant. Come on. So that was actually how we all met, was about to be moms, but also about to be part of a great networking operation. And for me, I would just say in conclusion, I think being a parent is making an implicit promise that the world is going to be more safe and more fair and more free for your children and for the generation that your children will go on to inspire. And I think the work that women do, the work that we're doing in this network, the work we're doing on International Women's Day is to make sure that we accomplish exactly that. So thank you for the honor. Thank you to my sister honorees, and let's keep advancing women.
Thank you so much, Ms. Christine. As all the inspirational leaders spoke, and I humbly request most of you, or majority of you, or all of you, to stay back and witness the marvel of all the women awardees today. And as I mentioned, Association of Indo Americans and its friendly 54+ organizations, the women are handpicked by the organizations from their community. It is not AIA requesting great achievers to come and take an award, but it's the respective state leaders and the community organizations and the philanthropic organizations that pick the leaders, the trailblazing women today. So that's my sincere request, and without further ado, let me invite the next guest. Next speaker. One day you will be a guest here, Sirisha.
Thank you. My name is Sirisha Batula. I'm a podiatrist, and I'm a part of Association of Indo Americans, very proudly, of the 57 organization, combined organization. So I'm here today, and I asked you to join me to invite Ms. Seema Ranganathan. We're presenting a special award in the memory of Geeta Ramakrishnan. Please welcome Seema Ranganathan, a distinguished financial leader and corporate controller at Radisys Corporation. With experience at T-Mobile USA and Southwest Airlines, her expertise in corporate governance and financial oversight makes her an inspiring figure in finance. A recognized voice in her field, she recently represented the profession as a global panelist at the ICAI WOFA 2.0 conference. Please, Ms. Seema Ranganathan, join us. Ms. Pratima Reddy. Ms. Seema, would you like to say a couple of words?
Dear all, it's my pleasure to receive this prestigious award from the Honorable Consulate General of India, San Francisco, and the Association of Indo Americans. This award, instituted by the San Francisco chapter of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, in memory of late CA Geeta Ramakrishnan, is very special to me. Thanks to the ICAI San Francisco chapter, who is instrumental in spreading the ICAI wings in the USA. The Institute of Chartered Accountants, ICAI, being the world's largest accounting bodies, with extensive network of 175+ branches in India and across 47 countries, with more than 50 overseas chapter and representative offices. The best part of it is USA is the leading overseas chapters all over the world. From starting as an intern 15 years ago, after a career break of 9 years, to serving as a global controller has been a long professional journey, and I owe this to my mentors who shaped me along the way, where I'm now honored to give back to my fellow CAs, who are navigating their own professional paths in the US. During my tenure with the Dallas chapter of ICAI, our team has achieved significant milestones, increasing membership to over 300 and conducting over 30 plus impactful events during the 2.5 years I was there as a leader in the board. I'm humbled to receive this award and look forward to working together for more wins. I wish everyone International Women's Day, and thank you so much for being here.
So much. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for the amazing support, Mr. Vish, as always. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome our Honorable Consul General, Sri Srikar Reddy ji, to address us during this great occasion.
Good afternoon, namaskar. Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, distinguished honorees, esteemed members of the Indian diaspora, my colleagues at the consulate, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to welcome you all to the Consulate General of India in San Francisco for NAARI 2026 celebration of women to mark the International Women's Day. The participation of various dignitaries, including Ambassador Eleni Konolakis, Lieutenant Governor of California, it shows the significant contribution made by the 1 million strong Indian diaspora, including Indian American women, to the socio-economic fabric of the state of California as innovators, entrepreneurs, scientists, educators, public servants, and community leaders. The Indian American community in the US, including here in the Bay Area, is a living bridge between our two great nations. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the state of California for declaring Diwali festival an official state holiday starting this year. This is a significant recognition of the Indian community's contribution to the fabric of the society and of the values of light, knowledge, and hope that Diwali signifies. I'd like to especially recognize some of the important dignitaries here. We heard some of the special guests who were also honored. Mrs. Penny Coulter, Chief of Protocol for the City and County of San Francisco, and Mr. Jim Coulter, Chairman, TPG Group. Mrs. Catherine Stefani, Assembly Member of the 19th District of California. Mrs. Shefali Razan Dugal, former U.S. Ambassador to Netherlands, and Mr. Dugal. Mrs. Neeru Khosla, co-founder and chair of CK12 Foundation, and Mr. Vinod Khosla, founder, Khosla Ventures. Mrs. Christine Pelosi, a political strategist from California. Mrs. Anita Manwani, Thai Silicon Valley President. Mr. M. Rangaswamy, founder of Indiaspora. Your presence enriches our celebrations and empowers the voices of women everywhere. I'd also like to sincerely thank the AA team led by Mr. Konda Ramesh and Mr. Vijay Asuri, as well as my colleagues at the consulate for organizing this event with such dedication and passion. Today, we gather not only to celebrate the achievements of women, but also to acknowledge the challenges they continue to face both in India and across the world. The United Nations is observing International Women's Day 2026 under the theme Rights, Justice, Action for All, Women and Girls. I congratulate all the outstanding women who will be honored today. Some of them have already been honored, and we have heard their excellent, very inspirational stories. As we reflect on the inspiring stories of our honorees tonight, we are reminded that every step towards equality requires courage, determination, and a supportive community. In India, the government has been actively working towards women's empowerment and gender equality through various policies, schemes, and legislative measures. The country is witnessing a transition from women's development to women-led development, ensuring equal participation in national progress. The story of women-led development in India can be seen in women leading cooperatives, building enterprises, adopting new technologies, and participating in local governance. Just to give you an example, the number of women representatives in Panchayat Raj institutions or local bodies in India is nearly 46%. Further, the provision of reservation for women in the Lok Sabha and legislative assemblies through the Nari Shakti Vandan Act in September 2023 marks a historic step towards their political empowerment. Also, the journey of our Honorable President Srimati Draupadi Murmu from a humble family in the backward region of Odisha state to Rashtrapati Bhavan exemplifies the ideals of equality and social justice for women in Indian society. Friends, today, the Indian men's cricket team has made all Indians proud by winning the ICC 2020 World Cup. But the Indian women are not far behind. They also made our country proud with achievements last year. Indian women won the ICC Women Cricket World Cup in November 2025, and also the final match of the Chess World Cup in July 2025 was played between two Indian women. Also, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has emphasized the role of Nari Shakti in India becoming Vikasit Bharat, our developed country, by 2047, when India celebrates the 100th anniversary of our independence. Let me conclude with a timeless wisdom from ancient India's tradition. Yatra naryastu pujante ramante tatra devata. It means, where women are honored, the divine flourishes. Together, let us pledge to continue to work necessary to achieve true equity and justice for all women everywhere. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Shikharji. I would like to take a quick moment to recognize all the leaders that are with us today. And first and foremost, our Jeevan Joshi ji, the founder of Association of Indo Americans, who's been here for more than 40 years serving the community representing Kashmiris. And our dear old friend, Mr. Ashok Bhatt. Thank you, sir. He's another founder of Association of Indo Americans, along with Mahesh Patel ji, who's not here, Jairam ji, who's in India, and is bestowed with the North America leader representing state of Andhra Pradesh. And of course, our dear Raj Bhanu ji, if he's here. Thank you. And also we have other presidents of the organizations. I can't come that far, but I know Dhatri ji from OSA. Thank you, Dhatri ji. And I have Rajesh Ramasamji from Tamil Mandram. Okay. And I have RD ji from Rana, Rajasthan Association of North America. And I have Padma Priya ji from Manka, female president. And I have Nofal ji from Bay Malayali. And Mr. Bansal ji. And Mr. Sandeep Thaplia from Uttarakhand. Sandeep ji, thank you so much. And Mr. Shardul Velpure from Maharashtra Mandal. Thank you. And all the other committee members that joined us today. Thank you so much. And I take a quick moment to thank Mr. M.R. Rangaswamy ji. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. And Ms. Anita Manwani and the entire team of TAI for supporting this event. Thank you, Ms. Anita.
Namaste. I am Kuku Das. I am part of AIA organization, and here I represent OSA, I Gurukul Foundation, and the people of Odisha here in Bay Area, where Rashtrapati Draupadi Murmu is from. Today, it's my pleasure to introduce Sanita Lantol, a pioneering technology executive and thought leader in digital transformation, AI, and IoT, with significant contributions at HP and Siemens. She is a renowned speaker, author, and an award-winning advocate for diversity and inclusion in tech, Ms. Sanita Lantal.
Namaste. Oops. Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm deeply honored today to receive the Trailblazer Women Award. Thank you to the Association of Indo American, the Consulate General of India in San Francisco, and the organizers of NAARI for this beautiful celebration of women's strength, resilience, and leadership. So standing here on International Women's Day, I cannot help but to kind of reflect back on my own journey. So when I look back at my own journey, be it coming here to America by myself as a teenager to go to school, or developing my career at the intersection of technology, innovation, and energy here in Silicon Valley, or today in my portfolio life, serving on several corporate boards and also advising on AI governance. Many times, as a lot of the other trailblazers have shared with you, a lot of times we're the only woman or the only Asian or the only immigrant. However, I would say when I look back, there are a few, let's just call it lesson learned that I've learned along my own journey. And some of those lessons learned is that, at least for me, I never look at my immigrant status as a disadvantage. I actually believe that growing up in Indonesia and then coming here by myself has really helped me to develop a much more global perspective. And then the second lesson learned, at least for me, as I grow a little bit older, is true success and happiness really comes from doing the intersection of my passion, which is what I love, skills, which is what I'm good at, but most importantly, purpose, like working in areas that are actually contributing something more to society. And in my case, had been more in the energy sector at the intersection of energy and technology. And then last but not least, as everyone here has also shared, I think it's also very important for all of us that have become leaders to actually help others as well, because we also have been helped along the way. And so those are kind of like my 3 lessons learned. And with that, I would love to dedicate this Trailblazer Award to all of the people that have helped me along my journey, but also to the women and young leaders that will come after me. So thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Srilu Veligeti. I'm part of the AIA and then also representing Bay Area Telugu Association, BATA, a 55-year-old Telugu organization serving the entire Telugu community in Bay Area. So now I would say I'm a software engineer by profession and then dancer by passion. Thank you. I'm pleased to announce our next guest. Welcome Ms. Mayor Emerita Lily May to the stage. As a former school board member, she pioneered language equity, including making a Telugu a high school credit and also offering Hindi in public schools for the first time in California. As the first woman and Asian American mayor of the Fremont, she has fostered cultural connections and continues to nurture the next generation of women leaders. Ms. Lily May.
Thank you. Namaste. Good afternoon. Thank you. It's an honor to be included in this remarkable group of women, and it's a real privilege. I think that when it comes to this recognition, I'm truly honored to be receiving a trailblazing award. But no trail is ever blazed alone. I think that's one of the things that we realized when listening to everyone. Every step forward is really made possible because of the mentorship and the shoulders that we stand on and our colleagues who stand beside us and guide us and make what we believe is possible. During my time serving in the city of Fremont and in the region, I've had the privilege of witnessing firsthand how the powerful women leadership partnerships can be. When women lead, we bring compassion, collaboration, and the courage to open the doors for the next generation. I was especially honored during my mayoral tenure to receive and represent the United States in India for the Southeast Asian Clean Energy Forum at the inaugural subnational mayor summit in Delhi and Jaipur, and as well as many of the other efforts in our diaspora in our city. Standing alongside my fellow leaders, especially meeting the mayor of our sister city, Jaipur, reminded me that the challenges we face and the hopes that we have transcend borders. Like a lily and flowers in bloom, I believe in nurturing the garden of women leaders, cultivating opportunity, investing in mentorships, and tending carefully to the seeds of our next generation. With supportive care and shared purpose, I believe our pipeline of women will continue to grow stronger and our communities will blossom in more ways, more beautiful and resilient than ever before. Programs like NAARI today remind us that women uplift one another and entire communities can rise together. I'm proud to be leading our city in the past, first as a champion, but to be there when we transformed the council. There was a 35-year period with no women on the council, and since then, I'm the 8th councilwoman that represented, but we became a majority women council, majority Asian, and I'm honored to also see that we have our first Indian mayor, Raj Salwan, and also the youngest female school board member in the United States, Renu Nair, who was 18 when she was elected. We're also home to one of the largest cricket fans base. I found that out when we kicked off the San Francisco Unicorns, and I couldn't believe the line was 2,000 people long to meet the team in our parks. And in fact, we're contributing right now, and we have players in the US team. So today I accept this award not just for myself, but for every young girl who dares to believe that her voice should matter, her leadership makes a difference, and that she can help too to save the future and shape it. Thank you again for this honor. May we continue building bridges and empower people to have friendship, opportunity, and empowerment together. I'm deeply honored to be part of the sisterhood today, and I really want to dedicate and thank you to AIA, all your team members and incredibly strong women, to Consulate General of India, and also his beautiful wife for their gracious hospitality. But I also wanted to say on a very personal note that I want to dedicate this to my mom, who right now, like many others, I've told the story before. My grandmother came from a period where they actually bound women's feet. And my great-grandmother, who I've never met, was brave enough to cut her feet free. And so I tell people often, from women who had her feet bound to my daughter, who I hope dreams hold no bounds, and so that we can be unlimited by that. But I dedicate this today to my mom because, unfortunately, this last couple years, much like many other people, I'm in the sandwich generation. And I think it's important that we tell our stories and share that because my mom is experiencing dementia, and very severely now. And in fact, I might have to go because she just came out of the hospital from a different incident on Friday. But I think it's important that we tell these stories so that we can help inspire others, so that we can teach others, so that we don't repeat the mistakes, and that we recognize how important it is for us to uplift one another. Because when we aren't around anymore, and that's one of the things I loved when I was little, is reading biographies, it teaches others and gives others the inspiration to do the same and to give back to others. So, Dhanyavad, happy NAARI, happy International Women's Day. And on this day, please remember to be kind, to inspire others, and to reach back and always help others move forward. Blessings to you.
Namaskar. My name is Gayatri Joshi, and I'm representing here, of course, AIA and also people of Odisha, the Odisha Society of Americans, and I Gurukul Foundation, where we preserve and promote the art of Odisha, like Odissi, many folk dances, and also the language of Odisha, which is Odia. It's my honor and privilege to introduce Sherry Hu, the mayor of Dublin, California. With a PhD in architectural engineering, she uses the data-driven approach to prioritize public safety, fiscal responsibility, and community engagement, making Dublin a safe and vibrant community. Sherry Hu.
So, good afternoon, Honorable Consul General and distinguished award recipients and all the beautiful community members here. And it's such an honor to me to be here today to receive the Trailblazer Award. I'm very, very grateful, and especially I'm here after Mayor Lily May. She's my sister mayor and also one of my important mentors who has led the way and helped me out over the process. And I do want to say Happy Women's Day to everyone, and also Happy Holi. Did you just celebrate the Holi? Like yesterday, I was just in the Emerald Green Park in our beautiful city of Dublin. I have all the colors on me, on my hair, on my clothes as well. And I enjoyed so much, not only about Holi, but also about the singing and the dancing. Right? People are crazy there. So I do have people from all of the Bay Area come to our city, the Dublin, in the East Bay. If you haven't been there, make sure you come there. We celebrate cultural events several times a year. And Holi is one of the first ones. And then we have a Ugadi celebration just in a couple of weeks. And also very important Diwali celebrations. And I want to share a little thing with you. So some people see me dancing Dandiya last year in the Pleasanton Diwali celebration. And also I do Bollywood dance as well. So I do want to say I grew up in China. It's one of the beautiful countries as well. But I do enjoy a lot of multicultural we have here in the Bay Area. So specifically, the Indian culture, and we like the yoga a lot. We like yoga a lot, and also the Bollywood dance, and all the cultural celebrations, and the beautiful dresses. I have to say, we do enjoy the beautiful dresses, the colors, all those beautiful things here. So this is one of the things. When I became mayor about 2 years ago, I wanted to make sure in our city, we celebrate different cultures. We want to make sure we keep the heritage, and we not only the culture not only celebrated in its own races, but celebrated by the entire city. So that's one thing I wanted to make sure we do that, and we, as a city, we sponsor those events. We provide free spaces, and we make sure we get information out, invite all the people to be part of that. So one of the leaders said leadership is about to making others better as a result of your presence. So this is the one thing I want to make sure is we make the world a better place, and we lift each other. And we have a sisterhood, we have a woman power together, and we support each other. And just share a little bit about my journey. I am a first-generational immigrant. I came to this country in my late 20s for a PhD degree in city of Nebraska for architectural engineering. And as many of you, we brought 2 suitcases with us on the trip. Is that right? 2 suitcases. That's all we have. We probably have a couple of $100 in our pocket after we pay the first month rent, and that's where we started, right? And we educated ourselves. We worked hard, and we have a resilience, and we have a dreams, and we are very grateful. This beautiful country, they helped us achieve our own American dreams. And now that's why I became a mayor, because I believe that now it's time to give back to the community. And as a Mayor Lily May, have worked many years, over 16 years, for the public services. So I actually understand it's a lot of sacrifice, really. It's a lot of services to the community. It's a lot of love, a lot of passion, as many of other public servants they have done. I know there's many. And so I do want to say it's our deep love in mind, deep gratitude as an immigrant, as an Asian, as a woman, and we want to give back to the community, make one and another one a better person, a better place for everybody. And thank you, everyone, and thanks AIA, and happy Women's Day.
Thank you, Ms. Su.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm Deepa Mondo, the current president of Northern California Bengali Association, and it is my huge honor to welcome Anita Manwani, founder and CEO of Karobar Business Solutions and Realms. She is transforming laboratory management systems by automating labs for COVID-19 infectious diseases and genetic testing, as well as agricultural and cannabis testings. Anita also serves as the president of TAI Silicon Valley, offering vital insights to entrepreneurs on scaling and navigating the tech landscape. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Consul General, AIMA, for this honor. I really feel everything in my life has been accidental. My coming to the US to pursue my PhD, my getting my first job was through a woman, Rita Levinson. I will never forget that. I met her at a party right here in San Francisco during my spring break from Cincinnati, Ohio. And you know, when you don't know who people are, you're just normal, usually. So I was my animated self telling her about India and so on. And she turned around and she said, "Do you know programming?" And I said, "Of course." I was doing my PhD. And she said, "Come meet me tomorrow." I didn't know who she was. And I looked at the card when I was staying with some folks in San Jose. And when I looked at that card, it was in a robotics company. So I trudged along, went there, and lo and behold, by the end of the conversation, I had a job. Now was the tough task of leaving my PhD, letting my parents, who were on a UN assignment in Africa, letting them know that I wasn't going to do this PhD anymore. So I asked for a leave of absence, and that's how my journey began in Silicon Valley. From there, it was NASA Ames, and then HP, and never looked back. But now it's time to give back, and TAI has been my give back. I never thought I would join TAI. I was always on the other side, speaking at a TAICon. And finally, when I did join, it was really reluctantly because they wanted a board member, a woman board member. And I'd never wanted to be a check-off box on anything, but I felt this was important. And I still remember saying, you know, I won't do anything. You can use my name. I'll write the check. And once we did that, and I attended my first board meeting and got to know people better, I realized there was a great potential to really make Thai relevant. It was relevant 33 years ago when it first started, but there was a lot to be done. And so I am truly honored to get this recognition. I'm humbled by all my fellow honorees who have done such amazing work. But I'm also sharing this recognition with Thai, because the Thai community, Thai started right here in Silicon Valley, but over the years, it has spread to 64 chapters across the world, 14 countries where we are fostering entrepreneurship. And I'm also sharing this recognition really with the women who, over the last 3 years, when I was the first woman elected to the president and chair of the Thai board, who joined in, and I want to recognize Shalini as one of those folks who came forward with their energy, their generosity to give back, and their leadership to contribute to make this really a vibrant community. So it is really women coming together and making a difference. And many of you have said before me that when women come together, progress happens. And that is true, because when we come together, we really open our hearts to lift others and allow others to follow. And this is what womanhood and sisterhood means. And I think most importantly, as I look forward, coming back to not being that checkbox, I hope that the progress that we make and all the work that we do collectively, there will come a time in the future when we don't have to have Women's Day. Perhaps we will have a celebration for Human Day, because we will have created opportunities and progress and the ability for all people to contribute to the communities that they're working in. So thank you again for honoring me, and thank you for this award, and thank you for making this possible. Mrs. Reddy, amazing. Thanks.
Namaste to everyone. Thank you for the patience here. I'm going to welcome Ms. Noreen King, founder and CEO of Evolve Manufacturing Technologies, whose leadership in the medical, biotech, defense, and semiconductor sectors has led to significant growth and recognition as a woman of influence in Silicon Valley. She advocates for women in STEM through mentorship and empowerment, exemplifying dedication to innovation and diversity. Please welcome Noreen King to the stage. And just to introduce myself, I'm Yamini, and I represent Bay Area Himachal Group, and of course, I represent AIA. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here and very honored. I'm sorry I don't have anything exciting to wear. I'll just very briefly give you a little background. My dad was in manufacturing, and my mom and him came from Ireland in their early 60s. And so I have to say I'm here because of my mom's vision, because that was like women's lib, late 60s, and she was like, let's go. And that was just ingrained in us. And now I see, sometimes I mentor young girls, and they say, oh, it's so hard to get along in a man's world. And I just think, oh my God, 1966 to 2026, we have to change something. I've always worked only I was always the only woman in the world, in the room, not in the world, in the room. And it was because I did high-tech manufacturing. And so I didn't have to worry about I kind of what other women were doing. I did my own thing. And I think we all have to just think, how do we see things from the other person's perspective? Because Ramesh was asking me, what advice would you give younger women? And I think my advice would be, try and think of things from the other guy's perspective. And then I would have spent much more time studying psychology if I had my life to live over again, because now I'm finally figuring out what men are about, and it's completely different than women. And teenagers. So I think, with AI and all that stuff, humanity is going to become the most important part of all of our lives. So anyway, thank you and happy International Women's Day.
Hello everyone, happy International Women's Day. I'm Bhargavi Chandrasekharan with AIA and representing India Literacy Project. I wanted to introduce Hannah Kane. Hannah Kane is a visionary leader who transformed Elam into a global supply chain powerhouse and received many accolades for her excellence and commitment to sustainability. Her dedication to women in STEM and operational agility during critical global responses is both profound and inspiring. Let's give a big warm welcome to Hannah Kane.
Thank you so much for this wonderful award and this wonderful event. I'm going to dedicate my award to all the entrepreneurs in the world, but most importantly to female entrepreneurs. Right now we have in the US 14 million female entrepreneurs. In India, about the same. So India has a little bit of catching up to do percentage-wise, right? When we look at new startups in the US, 50% of all companies are started by women. These women create different companies. They are different in a number of different ways. Number one, more are targeted towards women, solving critical health issues that were unresolved prior to women tackling them. They are also managed in a different manner, with more inclusivity, more collaboration. And I believe that collaboration is a new gold. As we are looking at transformation in companies, collaboration is one of the strengths we bring to the party. And they are managed with a strong sense of community. I'm really honored to be part of the networks that help lift all these women up. For me, I'm a first-generation immigrant like so many here. I came to the US for opportunity. And opportunity is key for entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are key for the world. So how do we create more opportunity? Part of it is the examples, and I'm so excited to hear all the examples we have seen today. Part of it is to create those networks that really help lift everybody up. I keep hearing about the catty women who are not helping others. I've never met them. I have met hundreds, thousands, 10,000s of women who help each other and help blaze the trail that new generations are coming on. That's why I'm so excited to get the Trailblazer Award and that we are celebrating trailblazers today, because we need to really clear the road for the next generation, to be lifted up, to think new thoughts, to bring new ideas, and to make them come to fruition as entrepreneurs. But before I step down, I also want to recognize our elected officials. It's not easy to be an elected official today. And I really have the deepest respect for anybody who takes on public office and represent the people. It's an essential democratic function, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And my gratitude to everybody who has been part of this organization. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Anuja Nale, part of AIA team. It's my pleasure to introduce Mamta Bhandari, a visionary tech product executive known for her dedication to social impact and innovation. With over 20 years of experience across the globe, she is a champion of mission-driven teams, striving for systematic change and measurable outcomes. Her expertise in navigating highly regulated industries is now applied to solving complex challenges in the non-profit sector. Welcome, Mamta Bhandari.
Thank you, Anuja. I'm going to say it again because we can't say it enough. Happy International Women's Day to a very impressive group of individuals here. I worked in tech for about 25 years, largely as a consultant and then as a product person, building products, scaling platforms, working in highly regulated industries. And then a few years ago, I made the switch to joining the social impact sector. Two organizations I'm very proud of working with. One is Boys Who Write in the US. The organization works with middle school boys and young men to teach them emotional literacy and helping them find their voice. When we help our boys, we help our girls. The other organization that I work for is Sokim Sanitary Pads. We work with governments in India as well as communities to make reusable sanitary pads a first choice, solving for medical, health, as well as environmental concerns, and also ensuring that we provide the dignity and opportunity to millions of women in India. With this switch of mine into social impact, I hope I can encourage or share a few lessons from my work. First, there's no dearth of problems to be solved. In fact, I observed that a lot of the problems were underserved or underfunded. And some of these problems like mental health, gender equity, economic inclusion, and my goal really is for people to realize that these problems are not abstract, they're big, but they're available for us to solve, and we see them in our lives every day. The second thing I learned was that these problems are very solvable. A lot of these can be solved in a few generations. And the reason for that is that now we have the technology, we have the skills, the leadership, and the awareness across the globe for people to solve this truly at impact, with real impact and at scale. Third, my lesson really is that my skills in business were very transferable in social impact. These skills like strategy, prioritization, measurement are all skills that I can bring to my work that I do in social impact. And last, like many others have said, no one can do this work alone. Each one of us really needs to champion each other, collaborate across the aisles, and use our networks to open doors for each other. So on that note, I want to thank the Consulate General in San Francisco, as well as the Association of Indo Americans and Team Indiaspora for honoring us and for celebrating change makers, women and otherwise. Last, I'm really happy that I'm joined by my son today for this award. Thank you, Veer, for being my +1 today, and also for being one of my main reasons to show up every day. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It is such an honor to be here among all these inspiring women who are celebrating strength, success, and sisterhood. My name is Jasmine Paror, representing MANGA, Malayali Association of Northern California, which is the oldest Malayali association in the Bay Area for AIA. I'm taking this privilege and this time here today to welcome and to introduce Dr. Nilima Raghavan. Dr. Nilima Raghavan, a neonatologist and clinical professor at Stanford University, known for her contributions to neonatal care and education in the US and India. Her commitment to social justice and cross-cultural education has led her to co-found the Motivation of Excellence Trust and establish Teach to Heal. These are the two initiatives that promote education and empowerment globally. Let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Nilima Raghavan.
Thank you. I'll try to keep my remarks short. First of all, I would also like to extend my thanks to the Indian Association, as well as to the Consul General and to Madam Reddy for sponsoring this event. I'm so honored to be among all these trailblazing women. I'd like to talk a little bit about the work that I'm doing. First of all, I'm a neonatologist. I'm a physician, a specialist in taking care of newborn babies who are sick. And you know, there's been a great decrease in mortality of neonates through the last 50 or 60 years. I don't know how many of you know that back when John Kennedy was president, he had a baby while he was still president in the White House. And that child was 34 weeks, so just 6 weeks early. And that baby died. That baby was flown to Boston Children's. They had the best pediatricians in the country come there, and they could not save this baby. Times are very different right now. That baby would be saved by the technology and the expertise that we have today. But around the world, there are millions of babies who are dying every day from preventable causes. So if I let you think for a minute, let's say you heard the news that there was a 350-passenger jet that crashed and there were 350 people that died. You know, that fills us with so much sorrow. And then if I said that all 350 of those passengers were under 5 years of age, we would feel even more sorrowful. And if I told you that every day there would be 40 of these 350 passenger planes that are crashing, and that's how many under 5 children die every day around the world. So when we start to think about, you know, how many of these children are dying, that's what motivated me to form this organization called Teach to Heal. I started it when my youngest left for college. I've been a clinician and an educator all my life. And what I basically did was created a team of doctors from Stanford, other health professionals from Stanford, so it's a very interdisciplinary team, collaborated with colleagues in India, and then was lucky to be able to partner with the government of Gujarat. So we've been doing this health education in India now for the last several years. And again, there's a big gap between evidence and implementation of that evidence. So it's often in the tune of more than 10 or 15 years. So the knowledge is there, but actually putting it into practice takes some time. So that's what we're hoping that we can do with sort of implementation and helping to implement what is already known and the evidence that's out there. So I've been really fortunate that I was born in a family with Gandhian values. My father was an iconoclast. He really encouraged his daughters to study. He believed in excellence. And then I came here after I got married and had a really supportive husband. When I was applying for my residency in pediatrics here, most prestigious US programs didn't want to take international medical graduates. And so when I first got that letter from Johns Hopkins, where I was applying, and they said, oh, we don't take international medical graduates. And my husband said, what do you mean they don't take international medical graduates? This is America. Tell them that they have to interview you. And so not knowing any better, I wrote back to them and I said, you can't just say no to me. You know, you should interview me. And I think that they were so shocked about that they actually said, okay, fine, you know, come. And I got this amazing training there. So, you know, we all... I think our life is so dependent in many ways, big and small, on so many other people around us. And I'm blessed now to have 3 children, 2 daughters who are both physicians, who also have a social conscience and want to give back to the world. So that's my little story. So it's a very un-Silicon Valley story because I'm not one of those game changers or, you know, I'm going to change the world. I really started very small with like a grassroots organization, trying to understand needs of people and then sort of responding to what the needs were. So thank you again. And thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Manasa. I represent the state of Karnataka and Kannada Kutta KKNC of North California, and I'm also part of the NAARI team from AIA. And wish you all a wonderful Women's Day. Listening to such inspiring stories are inspiring all of us backstage here as well. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Please join me in welcoming Beena Amanath, a visionary leader in artificial intelligence and digital transformation, who currently leads the global Deloitte AI Institute. Beena is not only an award-winning senior executive with extensive experience across multiple industries, she also founded the nonprofit Humans for AI. She is dedicated to making the world a better place through technology. Welcome, Beena. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for this opportunity and the recognition. Really appreciated AIA, Consulate General of India, and of course MR and Indiaspora for nominating me. I am amazed by all the stories I'm hearing, but I wanted to talk to you all about, not so much about my story today, but something that has barely entered the room today, but we should all be very conscious about. Of course, I'm talking about artificial intelligence. I work in the space of artificial intelligence. I studied AI at a time when it was mostly in textbooks and in theory, and it's becoming real in my own lifetime. And what keeps me up at night is the lack of diversity in the AI builders, in the AI community, and how many of us are not savvy about it yet or have the basic knowledge. So I think, you know, what I would like to leave you all with today is to really think about how AI impacts your life. So many of you are contributing to social impact. There is a space for AI in there. No matter what you do today, no matter what your job is, no, AI is not going to take it away, but it's definitely going to, is going to impact you. I wanted to bring AI into the room today because it's important for us to talk in groups like this, in communities like this, because it's going to, the world of AI is coming at us whether we want it or not. And people like me are honestly making it happen. We are in Silicon Valley where, you know, where this powerful technology is being created. I've traveled all over the world talking to leaders about AI, and I can clearly see the disparity that's rising and the gaps. You probably all heard about the India AI Impact Summit, what a powerful gathering. And the topics are very different depending on which part of the world you are in. I think women need to be more involved with AI. Go back today and start using AI tools if you don't use it. Get AI fluent, because that's going to really change your life in ways that you don't know. The other big concern is that if we don't get involved in AI, AI will still influence us, but without our inputs. I am very concerned about the lack of diversity in AI, and Humans for AI is an organization that I started. I truly believe, at least in the corporate world that I come from, that AI can increase diversity, can bring more women into AI. Here's the reason why, because AI is so much about human intelligence and the need for domain experts. If you have the basic AI fluency, you don't need to today become a data scientist, or you don't need to become a programmer. You can become an AI project manager, product manager, and in that way we can increase the number of women in AI teams across businesses. So that's top of mind for me. It keeps me up at night, and I hope you all consider it as you are thinking about where to take, and use AI as the leverage to actually get more women educated, get more women into the tech world, into the business world, to be able to do better and more with AI. Thank you all.
Thank you. Our next guest, Vasu Jekyll. Let's give a warm welcome to Ms. Vasu Jekyll, a seasoned leader with over 20 years in technology, currently leading Microsoft's security business. She is dedicated to promoting diversity and supporting women in tech, making her the influential figure in the industry's future. Ms. Vasu Jekyll.
Thank you for those very kind words, and thank you to our Consul General, thank you to AIA, and thank you, MR and India Spora, for this incredible honor. There are two themes that we've heard of today. One, the power of the village. So many of you talked about it. And as I stand here before you, it is because of that village of men and women. The women who dared to lead, who stepped into the arena, who paved the path, created opportunities for all of us. It was those women because of whom we get an opportunity today. And as we celebrate International Women's Day, as we celebrate NAARI, it's happening against the second theme that Veena beautifully talked about, artificial intelligence, unlocking human ambition in ways we have never imagined. It's making a creator out of each of us. And that comes with a huge responsibility. I sit at that intersection of cybersecurity and AI. And I can tell you that if we do not use AI without understanding that cyber risk, the role of governance, and the role that women need to play in shaping that, we're going to lead this into this world of AI with a real handicap. And for us to use AI, we need to start with responsibility, trust, and inclusion. As we move forward and we reflect on our role, perhaps this Trailblazer Award reminds us that the greatest trail we can blaze is making it wider so that people behind us and women behind us have more opportunity than those in front of us, but that was created for us. So today I dedicate this award to women who are behind us but don't have a voice and don't have a platform. Let us be their voice. Here's to the strength in women everywhere. Strong women. Let's know them, let's be them, and let's raise them. Thank you so much.
Please help me welcome, and it's my honor to introduce Shalini Govil-Pai, VP and GM of TV at Google. She has scaled the business to over 300 million users with a background as a technical director at Pixar on projects like Toy Story, and as an IIT Bombay alumna, she brings extensive experience and insight to the stage. Shalini Govil-Pai.
Thank you. First of all, thank you to the Consulate General and to the Association of Indo Americans for this award. I really appreciate the day that all of you have put together. Special thanks to MR, who is always my big supporter, a big supporter of women. Your actions speak for yourself, MR. I will start with, I grew up in Bombay. And as some of you mentioned, everyone loves Bollywood. Who doesn't? And I wanted to be part of Bollywood. And so, in fact, when I was 12, I was a child actress in this film. It was called Hum Bachche Hindustan Ke, which means Kids of India. And the film was so bad that it only lasted one day in the theaters. And many, many years later, when I was working at YouTube, I told my team, let's go find that movie and digitize it. And we couldn't find it because someone had lost it. So, but that kind of made me realize, hey, maybe Bollywood, yeah, but I probably am not going to be an actress. So I gave up on that part. But I was pretty good in math and science. And computer graphics was just emerging at that time. So I said, okay, maybe I can do computer science. And I got into IIT, which is one of the premier institutes in India for technology. But I was the only girl in my class of computer science. And so some of you talked about being the only. Let me tell you, technology can really be, you can only be the only for a while there. But you know what it taught me? It really, being in this class with all guys, even the professors were all men, just learning resilience on how do I be friends with these people who are men. How do I compete, but how are we also friends, and how do I learn to influence them in ways that I think is appropriate? And so that was a lot of my learnings in my early years in IIT, and I was lucky to meet my husband, Raj Pai, in IIT, so something good came out of it, in addition to my resilience. But it formed in me this really strong motivation to make sure that we always call out how do we help the onlys be less only and less lonely. And so when I first started my career at Pixar Animation, we talked about Toy Story, Andy, Woody, Wow, and then there's Bo. We all know Bo. But the women at Pixar, we were very, very motivated, and we lobbied and lobbied. And many, many years later, we made sure that Jessie, I'm sure some of the younger kids have seen Jessie, that Jessie had her day in the sun with her own story to tell. Fast forward to, as I joined Google, I was working on integrating YouTube, an acquisition that we made into Google. And as we grew this platform to now the #1 platform on TV and the #1 platform worldwide, everyone has a voice, we really made sure that women creators feel comfortable on this platform. And it included things like making sure that comments were not toxic. We removed, if you go to YouTube right now, these are one of the few social sites that actually, we do not tolerate toxic comments. We do not tolerate doxing. We made sure it was a safe platform, not for just everyone, but for the onlys and the less, the marginalized communities to really have a voice, and we continue to support that mission. And of course, while I was at YouTube, really growing the women community at YouTube, and my closest friend and mentor, Susan Wojcicki, eventually became the CEO of the company, and of course took it to the heights that it is now riding on. She actually encouraged me then to move to Google TV, where I head up the entire organization. And as doing that, I am able to make sure that we're always striving for 50-50 representation between genders, a lot more across other communities as well. We have grown a very strong base in India. In fact, 50% of my team is now based in India. And so that's the strong support. And this is across Google as well that we're all supporting. So that's a little bit of my journey, trying to really make sure that what I inherited, that I'm able to give back, continue to want to give back through the new wave of technology, including AI, that a lot of people spoke about. But thank you so much for this award. I'm really, really honored to be one of the trailblazer women. As they say, when women thrive, everyone rises. And for every successful woman, there's a man who is standing right beside her. And so for me, that is my husband, and he's always there for me, and he's the reason for all my success. So this award goes to him as well.
Our last trailblazing award goes to Ms. Sundari Mitra. She's a CEO and co-founder of Asado AI. She's transforming enterprise IT management with AI-driven insights and has played a pivotal role in optimizing technology and innovation. Prior to Asado, Sundari led innovative projects at Intel. Let's warmly welcome Ms. Sundari Mitra to the stage.
Thank you very much for having me here. Such an honor, such a privilege to follow all the others. And I feel timid. I feel humbled after listening to all your stories. Why do I deserve this award? I don't have a clear answer, but I will share that I dedicate this award to two phases of my life. One, where my mom and my family nurtured me with one very strong message. Stay curious, stay humble, and stay strong. Boy, have they come in useful for me, because the next phase of my life is after I had a massive brain aneurysm while I was at work at Sun Microsystems. This is probably the first time I'm speaking about this in public, just because I want all of you to take away a lesson. What did that give me? That gave me new things to think about in my life. First, do what matters. Second, stay humble, stay curious, my mom's message. But the third is work with people that you want to work with, that you enjoy working with. Because no matter what you do, whether it's in social service, whether it's in, professionally, it's the people around you that are going to make you grow or shrink. And I have to say that I am absolutely blessed in droves to have that around me. My most important inspiration from the female side in the second phase of life is none other than my daughter Shivani. She's like, Mom, you gotta stay bold. Mom, feel young at heart and keep doing what you cherish doing, right? That would be my message for everyone. Do what matters, do what gives you joy. None of what I do today, thank you, would be possible without the support of the one man in this room, my husband, Samir Mitra. He stood by me through thick and thin, and together, both of us have built now several startups, and we continue doing what we enjoy doing, reinventing ourselves and moving forward. So again, humbled, thank you very much to all the organizations and MR for your sponsorship, Consulate General, Our Lady, Vinod, you have inspired all of us tremendously through the years in Silicon Valley as the one Indian that said, you don't need to stop. So we will keep this up and hope to encourage several other younger women, men, everyone to continue doing what they love to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Those were our corporate leaders. We have many community leaders that run our entire Bay Area Indian communities, and we are honored here to thank those women. First, let me welcome Sulada Mitra Sarkar. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Ms. Sulada Mitra Sarkar, a cornerstone of our community and a founding member of the Hindu Community and Cultural Center. Her dedication has provided a spiritual home for thousands, and her contributions have been recognized with many prestigious honors, including a nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize. Let's celebrate her remarkable achievements and the lasting impact she's made.
I would welcome Sumita Jayaraman. Sumita Jayaraman is a remarkable leader with a journey from directing innovative NASA research to promoting literacy in rural India through the India Literacy Project. As a senior director at SAP, her dedication to education inspires change and empowers communities. I would now call upon the stage Shabana Shiraj. It is with great pleasure that I present the inspiring Shabana Shiraj. She is known for transforming challenges into opportunities and achieving a great success. Her journey includes breaking business barriers and pursuing her passion as a pilot. Let's give her a warm welcome. The next person will be Seema Sharma. Please welcome Seema Sharma, an inspiring individual dedicated to community service and philanthropy. Her contributions including founding the Santa Rosa Tian Festival to provide college scholarship and supporting education and healthcare locally and internationally, showcasing her commitment to making a positive impact. A round of applause for Ms. Seema Sharma.
Please join me in welcoming Amrita Kar to the stage. Her remarkable work in youth development and cultural preservation has made a lasting impact on the Kashmiri community and beyond.
It's truly an honor to recognize Ms. Leela Mathur, who has made remarkable strides in promoting Indian culture and heritage here in the United States by founding RANA. As a professor of Rajasthani at UC Berkeley and cultural ambassador, her contributions have left an indelible mark, notably as a founder and leader within our Bay Area Indian community. Please welcome Leela Mathur.
Good afternoon.
Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Priya Kannan, the first female dean of Lucas College Graduate School of Business at San Jose State University. She represents a strong connection between academic leadership and Silicon Valley innovations. Dr. Kannan is a trailblazer, empowering future and business leaders.
And ladies and gentlemen, in here's when we utmost humbly request all of you to stay back, not to take your award and leave. Please encourage and cheer for the other trailblazing women, please.
Good afternoon. Meena Sivaramakrishnan, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome Meena Sivaramakrishnan, a dedicated leader with over 15 years of service to the Tamil and the Indian communities. Her impactful work during the COVID-19 pandemic and the disaster relief efforts has made a significant difference. Thank you. Padma Parthasarathi. Few people embody the spirit of innovation and the philanthropy with equal enthusiasm. Our next awardee, Ms. Padma Parthasarathi, is not only a leader in AI at Microsoft, but a dedicated philanthropist with Shankara Eye Foundation. Her journey exemplifies vision and perseverance. Padma tirelessly works to provide sight to those in need, making her an inspiring role model by blending technology with heartfelt service. Thank you. Our next awardee, Shubha Prithviraj. Shubha Prithviraj is an inspiring technology professional, award-winning artist, and community leader advocating for women in STEM. Her journey is highlighted in the book, We Reach for the Sky, which reflects the balance of software, photography, and fine arts. We are thrilled to have you here today, Shubha.
Good afternoon, everybody. Please welcome Rima Mukherjee with huge round of applause. Our beloved Rima Di has been a dedicated pillar of the Bengal community and larger Indian diaspora over 3 decades, bringing Bengal's rich cultural diversity to Bay Area while mentoring and supporting women initiatives. As respected leader in the IT industry, she was a part of VMware and Intel volunteer team that traveled to Nairobi, Kenya in 2014 to install computers and introduce early learning programs for underprivileged elementary school children. She is the founding member. Oh, where is Rima? Come on. She is the founding member of Prathama and Northern California Bengali Association, and it is our huge honor to give her the award. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. All right, let's welcome Lizzie John. Please welcome Lizzie John, an early education teacher with over 30 years of experience who has significantly influenced many children in the Bay Area. Her dedication to fostering a safe and challenging learning environment helps students thrive. Let's celebrate her remarkable contributions to early education. Thank you. Our next award recipient is Rennie Pelosi, a remarkable leader in healthcare and community services whose work has greatly impacted the Malayali and Indian communities. Her initiatives with Manka Women's Group and FOMA showcase her commitment to cultural advocacy and empowerment. Thank you.
We are honored to recognize an inspiring innovator and leader, Lakshmi Saiju. As a director of Salesforce and a founder of Atma Tarang, she merges art and philanthropy using traditional Indian dance to uplift underprivileged communities. Please welcome to the stage. Please join me in welcoming Renu Nair. She's not here today, but Jasmine is going to take her award. A remarkable young leader who made history at just 18 years old by being elected to the Fremont Unified School District Board of Education. Her dedication to student wellness and pioneering spirit in youth civic engagement is truly inspiring. Jasmine? It is with great pleasure I welcome Namrata Johanna to the stage. She is a dynamic radio host for Off the Cuff and a talented poet who brings the vibrant spirit of India to the Bay Area through her creative works and entrepreneurial ventures. Her passion for supporting Indian artisans and promoting cultural exchange shines through every project she undertakes.
Next, I would like to invite Shampi Prakash. It is a true honor to welcome Shampi Prakash, a leader whose career is defined by her dedication to empowering women financially and her profound commitment to community service by raising funds for the Bihar Foundation. We celebrate her today for her remarkable ability to blend professional financial excellence with the selfless drive to uplift undeserved communities both here and abroad. Let's give a big hand. Next, Renu Bhatt, a vibrant leader known for spearheading successful fundraising initiatives. Her passion and enthusiasm in organizing community events have significantly enriched the organization Uttarakhand Mandal of America. Let's give a big hand to Renu Bhatt. Sudha Prabhunandan. Please join me in welcoming Sudha Prabhunandan to the stage, a visionary leader who seamlessly blends her extensive experience in technology with a profound commitment to community service. Her remarkable work with the Aspire program at Seva International is a testament to her dedication to uplifting undeserved students. Let's give a big hand, Sudha Prabhunandan.
Sheetal Jharia. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present Sheetal Jharia, an inspiring leader in the tech industry with more than 20 years of experience in merging technical execution with strategic business acumen. Let's welcome Sheetal Jharia. Next, we are honored to recognize an individual who has made an inestimable contribution to our community. Please join me in warming welcoming Guru Gayatri Joshi, a talented Odissi dancer who beautifully bridges the past and present. Let's celebrate her dedication to the arts, inspiring mentorship, and her ability to balance artistic and professional pursuits. Archana Panda. Please welcome Archana Panda. Archana is a talented poet, singer, dancer, and software engineer. She serves as the Art and Cultural Commissioner for Cupertino and has received a Lifetime Achievement Award from President Joe Biden for her community service. Archana also hosts several shows on Radio Zindagi.
Let's welcome Renuka Chava on stage. Renuka has been a steadfast supporter, working tirelessly behind the scenes to promote Telangana culture and the regional traditions through Hello Telangana Radio and cultural festival like Batukama. Her dedication to the community, education, and cultural preservance is truly inspiring. Thank you. Please join me in welcoming Radhika Sharma, a visionary leader committed to preserving Indian heritage through her work with Bandage. Her talent for uniting communities and maintaining cultural authenticity makes her a beacon of cultural preservation. Let's welcome Jyoti Chigulapalli, an esteemed IT professional and community leader known for her energy, dedication, and commitment to Telugu traditions, representing culture, unity, and pride.
On behalf of AIA, it's my pleasure to welcome Meenal Joshi. I'm excited to also introduce Meenal Joshi as a dedicated volunteer and a community leader from Seva International USA, who exemplifies the selfless services by supporting those in need. Thank you, Meenal. Congratulations. Now please welcome Meghna Patil, a dedicated pharmacist with 14 years of experience in public health and community engagement. She has organized flu vaccination clinics and improve healthcare access, supported fundraising for foster children with her daughter. Thank you, Meghna. Congratulations. Please join me in recognizing the outstanding achievements of Riya Patel. Riya Patel, who exemplifies a young leader, blended finance, mentorship, and the art. Her creative skills as a choreographer showcases South Asian fusion dance to the global audience, highlighted the significance of cultural expression. Thank you, Riya. Congratulations.
We have, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually going to step out and request everyone to come inside because there is a very powerful dance presentation specially put together for the NAARI event. Due to time constraint, I couldn't send it beforehand, but I request you to please stay back. It's just about 3 to 5 minutes piece, a very powerful piece, and I'm personally going to go out and haul everybody in. And over to Gayatri ji. Oh. Our dear Shabana Shirazi, it's like in Oscars. They announce your name and the star actor steps out. That's exactly what happened with Shabana ji. Welcome back, Shabana ji.
Good afternoon. After all these beautiful, beautiful hours, we always save the best, for the last. So please sit back and enjoy our next item, which is an interpretive dance, Awake, Arise, presented by Movements in Motion, choreographed by a President Award winner, Guru Sanjeev Bhattacharya, and a noted exponent of classical Manipuri and contemporary dance. The team was conceptualized by our own Ranjita Chakravarti, who is a Netflix star, and it has been joined by our 3 beautiful dancers, Dipanita Seal, Prakriti Parijat, and Swati Kar Mishra. Please welcome them with a big round of applause. Thank you. Now I will be giving my mic to Ranjita Chakravarti.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this International Women's Day, celebrating NAARI 2026, we bring into conversation the poetry of Indian Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore and American poet Maya Angelou. We imagine both of them were avid champions of women empowerment. We imagine this piece as a call and response across continents, cultures, and centuries. One dreamed in Bengal, Tagore, of asking his countrymen to awaken and break down the walls of colonial rule and the narrow domestic walls based on social divisions of caste, creed, and gender. The other, from the American South, Angelou's voice saying, "I'll rise, I'll rise," rising again and again from the dust where others tried to bury her and her gender. Ladies and gentlemen, Movement in Motion presents Awake, Arise, inspired by Tagore's Where the Mind is Without Fear and the Head is Held High, and Angelou's Still I Rise. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like air, I'll rise. Where knowledge is free, you may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like dust, I'll rise. Where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Where words come out from the depth of truth.
Grang gin gin ta gin. Grang gin gin ta gin gin ta. Grang gin gin ta gin. Grang gin gin ta gin gin ta. Grang gin gin ta gin.
Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Ginginta, where tireless striving stretches the arms towards perfection. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. Where the mind is led toward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise into a daybreak that that's wondrously clear, I rise. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise into that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country awake, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I'll rise. On this International Women's Day, NAARI 2026, we must continue to keep up the awakening. Please stand if you are able. And when I call, awake, you say, I rise. Ready? Awake, I rise. Awake, I rise. Awake, I rise. Thank you so much for your attention. I would like to introduce the cast, but before that, let's take a bow. To my right is Swati Kar, Deepanita Sheel, Prakriti Parijat, and our brilliant choreographer Sanjeev Bhattacharya, and I am Ranjita Chakravarti. Thank you.
1 second, Ms. Ranjita. She was a proud recipient of Nari Shakti Award last year, who's a known face in Netflix, and she's an actor from theater as well as movies. Thank you, Ms. Ranjita. And Guru Sanjeev Bhattacharya.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
I just need another 5 minutes of your time. 5 minutes of your time to just honor our amazing team of the Nari Shakti. Please give us just literally 5 minutes. Shilu? I request that the team Nari Shakti who put together this event to come here. And less commotion, please. May I request everyone to be seated? And our first honoree is a leader, is a truly inspiring leader, our Kuku Das, who is the first ever president of the OSA. And you know how it is that for the entire OSA is the Orissa Society of Americas, which represent the whole of America. Thank you so much. Our next amazing volunteer is Ms. Deepa Mondal. Ms. Deepa representing Prathama. Thank you. A dynamic woman who started Prathama by herself, which has tens of thousands of people supporting her. Thank you. And our next awardee is Bhargavi Chandrasekharanji. Bhargavi ji, for years that we have known, is part of India Literacy Project, and their fundraisers, the annual fundraisers, raise almost close to 2 to 3 million. And thank you for spearheading ILP. Thank you. And Miss Yamini Mitter representing beautiful state of Himachal Pradesh. I know you see a lot of organizations representing different states, but thanks to the team of Bay Area Himachali and very ably led by Yamini ji. Thank you. And Miss Anuja representing the Maharashtra community, and with such grace and poise, she's a backstage kind of a person, but thank you for helping us through and through, Anuja. And Miss Manasa representing KKNC, a true talent and not true talented actress, as well as a theater person and a singer and a dancer. Thank you so much for volunteering. And Miss Jasmine Parole. Miss Jasmine Parole. She led Manka, and I think she's part of FOMA. She was part of FOMA before. Now spearheading Manka as well with an amazing and dynamic team. Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Jasmine. And of course, my dearest friend. It's not only dearest friend, but someone without whose help we cannot put together any of these events. Shrilu Veligati has been with us, with the community from 2000. Thank you, Shrilu.
Okay. You should talk about Vijay ji and everything.
So Vijaya Asuri garu, this is for you. Please. Without Vijaya ji, area doesn't exist, if that is a small word to say. And then also she's been pillar of our Bay Area Telugu Association and many more other community events. Everything is, she is the woman behind everything. She is the true NAARI, and we really happy that she is with us.